Hey, so Biden won. Hey, it's been pretty much all settled, and the Trump people are freaking out because they think there's um, something fishy in voter fraud. Hey, and the the Biden people are like, no, there's no voter fraud. There's no voter fraud. Hey, but then the last election when Trump won, there's voter fraud. Oh, the Russians did it. The Russians did it. Let me tell you something. Okay, here's a thought for you. Okay, if somebody wanted to vote multiple times, okay, and really do voter fraud, they would either have to go into a polling place, okay, and go in like 15 times to get 15 more votes for their guy. Well, if you're in a polling place and you see the same guy walk in, or woman walk in, and they're voting 15 times, you notice it. And you go like, yeah, you've been here before. Okay? Now, if you want to vote multiple times at multiple places, okay, you go in and you go, oh, okay. The possibility of being on doing that in 15 places is possible, but you'd have to travel around, okay, to different polling places. But you can only vote like maybe 15 times. Okay? And you'd have to make the effort of putting yourself on all these different places voter registration. Okay? Most places they have signatures, okay, or some way of identifying who's a legitimate voter. Okay, so that cuts out a lot of nonsense. Okay? But think about this for just for a moment. Okay? Now, let's say you did a mail-in. Okay? Well, you could do thousand, 15, pretty easy, but thousands and thousands of mail-in. Okay? One person puts in all these ballots. Okay? And they put in 10,000 ballots, okay, ahead of time, and they stuff a mailbox full of them. Okay? You know, they go around to different public mailboxes. Okay? They put in 2,000 here, 2,000 there, 2,000 here. That's easy to do, okay? Especially if you're doing a day ahead of time or right on the election day. So you know it. They can't count them all on election day because they're going to be swamped with all this mail. So now they come in, okay, and the same person's voting over and over again. Well, you got a voter registration roll. Okay? You're looking at the name. You're looking at most places. Okay, in New York they have signatures. Okay, they look at the signature. They see if it matches, and they go, okay, this guy's voted, and they check them off. But what would happen if you had one person, okay, or maybe a couple of people who are going like, oh, my guy's behind, okay? Oh, look, I got all these mail-in ballots, okay? Ah, this person voted for this person, voted, and voted for my guy. Now, that would be hard to do because, hey, maybe the same person voting over and over again. But what would happen if the same person who's working election, okay, looked at, oh, this guy voted against my guy. Well, we're going to switch his vote to mine, okay, and mark him down as my guy. Nope. Open another voter registration. Okay, let me see. This guy first vote. Okay, didn't vote yet. Ah, oh, he voted against my guy. I'm going to switch it to my guy. Okay? Now, all you need is one corrupt person. Okay? Maybe two or three, but one corrupt person. Okay? Switching votes, okay, from mail-in, okay, from what the actual person voted for to a different person. And it's not that hard to switch an election by 6,000 votes, especially if you're the person going through a day, 2 days, and 3 days later, okay, and looking at all these ballots, okay, and you don't switch every single one, but enough to go like, put my guy over the top. Okay? And there's no way of checking that unless you go back through, okay, and start asking the people who voted, saying, hey, who did you really vote for here? You voted for Trump or did you vote for Biden? Hey? Well, your ballot says you voted for Trump. So when they do a recount, they go like, well, wait a minute. This guy voted for Trump. 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 Why is Biden getting all these votes? How did you manage that one? Okay? On a recount, when it's really close, okay, yeah, you get one corrupt official, they get caught. Now the thing of it is that you won't know who the corrupt official is because, hey, oh yeah, I changed the election, duh! Nobody's that stupid to admit to doing that kind of nonsense because, hey, you go to jail for that. Hey, 20 years, who's going to give a damn? So you won't know if there's actually a voter fraud, hey, 20 years from now. Okay? The only way to really check it is to do a recount, okay, of all the voter mail-in ballots, okay, and make sure that, hey, oh, I forgot to vote on, hey, you had your opportunity, okay, you voted late, you voted the next day after your election realizing your guy's losing, okay, no, your vote gets kicked out, okay, so that's another thing that could be happening. Oh man, Biden's losing. Oh, I gotta put in a mail-in ballot. Hey, I'm on the voter registration, and I'll put mine in. Hey, that way my guy Biden will win. Hey, now that could happen too. Okay? So maybe Trump did win. You know, just think about that for a moment. Okay? Now, another thing is that I take care of my mom. My mom's doing pretty good, okay, considering she's 90 years old, okay, and I feed her, as you can see. So, take a look at that, and think about this. Hey, who's really corrupt? Hey, I live in Florida. Hey, I'm surprised anybody gets elected, okay, because this state is like king corruption, okay. I thought New York was bad. Hey, Florida, hey, Florida politicians got New York beat hands down. The Florida system is the most corrupt place I've ever been in my entire life. Okay, the people, you live in Florida, okay, shame on you. Okay, really. Okay? And I'll explain it in later videos. But hey, the problem with Florida is you have rich and you have poor. Okay, there's no middle class down here. Okay, you either live in a gated community, okay, or you live in a slum. Okay? There is no middle class in Florida, okay? And it sucks because the rich, okay, are arrogant people, and the poor, okay, well, they're looking for the next handout, okay? Because most poor, okay, not everybody, but a lot of poor people, okay, are either poor because they're trapped in a situation, they don't have the knowledge to get out of it, okay, or they're lazy, okay? And I mean, it doesn't take much to get a job and work. So anyway, thanks for watching, and here's a video of my mom. Bye-bye. Mom, how's your meal? Mom, how's your meal?
Okay.
Just okay?